Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So today is the day that we take our Cherokee Chief 1979 over to John's house. So John is going to help me build this thing because plain and simple, I just ran out of time. Businesses are really busy right now and I just don't have time to work on it, which is sad because I love wrenching and I will continue to wrench. But he's going to help me get the engine in, he's going to help me get the transmission in, get it running, and you know, at least then we can figure out exactly what we're going to do with the suspension and at least have a running driving Chief, which it does run right now. But as you guys know, I really want to put this 6-liter LS that I had built into it, and it's going to be freaking phenomenal. So we're going to go pick up a trailer from Tyler, come back, get this thing loaded up on the trailer, get it over to John's. Looks like we're gonna run out of daylight, but it is what it is, so let's go. While I'm on my way over to Tyler, I just want to chat a little bit because, you know, the channel has been kind of in limbo land lately, and it's just because we moved, we had a baby, work's been really busy. It's just been really busy lately, so I haven't purposely not been posting on the channel. I just plain and simple haven't had time, you know, like a low time. So finally starting to feel, you know, a lot, you know, the pole barn's done, Charlotte's bedroom's done. You know, the house is starting to feel more and more like home. Work is kind of in a slower spot right now. It will ramp back up, but right now is the time to get back into a habit of posting for you guys. And you know, we've got a lot going on. The Gladiator still has some upgrades to go. I have been doing some videos on the Gladiator. If you guys have been watching those, I appreciate it. And then the Cherokee Chief, that is what we're talking about today in this video. And that thing, I've been slowly collecting parts for it. I've been back and forth a couple different times on what I'm going to do to it as far as, you know, which upgrades, you know, how I'm going to build it, whether it's going to be a pre-runner, whether it's going to be a rock crawler, whether it's going to be a mixture of the two. I think I've kind of landed with a mixture of the two. You know, I want it to have power, but I pretty much want to be able to do whatever I want to do. And in Michigan, we have mud, we have some rocks, we have a lot of hill climbs, stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't really live in the desert or anything. Yes, we have Silver Lake sand dunes, but really that's about it when it comes to sand and, you know, whatever else as far as going fast with the truck. So I think I've kind of landed where we're going to go 1 tons. We're going to do coilovers, probably all 4 corners, 40-inch tires. Of course, the 600 horsepower LS is going to have heat, air conditioning, the whole 9. So what we're doing right now is getting ready to bring that bad boy over to my buddy John's. He is going to help me put the engine and transmission in, get that all hooked up and going. And then when I get it back, when it's running and driving, I will be putting the axles in and, you know, putting the suspension underneath of it and figuring that part of it out. And then obviously there's a bunch of interior stuff to do. So if you guys have not subscribed to this channel yet, I would suggest it. If you're especially if you're watching this video, I'd really appreciate it. It really lets me know how the channel's going. I have a special surprise for everybody as far as when I first start putting apparel out. I had a really cool Gladiator design done. I'm going to show that off here coming soon. He's almost done with it, and then that will be available for stickers and kind of the brand moving forward of Max Overland. We'll have t-shirts and sweatshirts and hats and all of that good stuff, so stay tuned for that, guys. So we're almost Tyler's. Let's go pick up this trailer because of course I don't have one yet because, you know, that old saying, buy a trailer, you'll make friends. Well, Tyler's my best friend. He's got a car trailer, so I haven't bought a car trailer yet. If those guys ever move out of town, probably gonna have to buy a car trailer. But until then, we'll keep borrowing it from him because he's awesome and I love him. And yeah, so let's go grab it and then head over to the house, load up the Chief. We'll talk a little bit more when we get to the house. All right, so we just got over to Tyler's, gonna load up this trailer. Some of you probably been wondering, you know, where is Tyler's Tacoma? Well, we'll let him tell you because he got something else, so we'll show it off. All right, we just picked the trailer up from Tyler's, cruising back to the house. Surprisingly, this thing doesn't do too bad with a big car trailer on it with 40-inch tires. So probably what I'm gonna do is double this episode up with the Gladiator towing the Chief, and let's see how well it does with it. And then also, obviously, you know, talking about the Chief, and when I get to John's, we're going to be talking about the plans and stuff with it, kind of going over some stuff with him. But unfortunately, because it's raining and it's 28 degrees out, good old Michigan, and it's beautiful ice storms, we are not going to bring it over tonight. We're going to wait till tomorrow when it's daylight out. Hopefully it's not freezing rain, and hopefully we don't get too much tonight, because I have not hooked up a generator hookup yet to the house. So yeah, so we got the trailer on. Let's head home. We're gonna hang out with the family for the night, and we'll load the Chief up in the morning. So see you guys in the morning. All right guys, so it is the next day. It is cold. The temperature definitely dropped like crazy. We've been having ice all day. We had ice all yesterday, so winter is here in Michigan. So we'll see how this goes, because the Chief currently doesn't have four-wheel drive, and we gotta try and make it up this ramp. So you guys are gonna find out with me. So let's go grab the Chief, see how hard she is to get started. So let's see how she does. Let's do the old carburation pump. Get her nice and primed up first. What do you think? Think she'll start up on the first try? Let's try. Oh yeah. Maybe I shouldn't put the LS in. Just kidding. It's going in. She's running good. Old 360 will be up for sale, so if you're looking for a good running 360, this one only has about 5,000 miles on it. So loud and proud right now, but that 6 liter is going to sound a whole hell of a lot better. It's going to start a hell of a lot better because it's fuel injected, and she's going to have probably close to 600 horsepower at the crank. We will dyno test it and see what it puts out at the wheels, because we're putting some big old 40s on there. So if I get mid 400s, high 400s at the wheels, maybe touching 500, I'll be a super happy camper. So, but the main thing is we put very high quality parts in that engine so that it was reliable, because I like horsepower, I like stuff that goes fast, but I want it to be reliable. And if it can't be reliable, well, we got problems. So Dylan put in the best parts that we could get for this build, and it's going to be a good build. So this is a 2002 Cadillac Escalade engine. So we've got LS3 heads on here. They've been poured and polished. We've got Eagle rods, big custom stage 4 BTR cams, so she's gonna lope good, and a bunch of other goodies that he put in there. So probably on the build video, when we get it running, I'll go into detail of all the parts that are in it, so at least you guys can hear it. So let's go try and load this thing up, shall we? This is when I wish that I had a winch on the front of this thing, because I had a feeling this was going to happen, being that everything's super wet. We tried to get it over to John's well before winter came, but obviously, you know, time is an issue there, and it just didn't happen. So now I don't have four-wheel drive and everything's slick. So let's try putting some ice down. We'll try that first. All right, got her all locked in place. All the straps are on. Now we're gonna see how the Gladiator does pulling this weight, because I'm just gonna be honest, right now it's sitting on the bump stops. So we'll see how it does, but I wanna be able to tow this thing to different parks with the Gladiator, so I'm going to need to do something about the back end so that it can handle the weight. And I got it decently far back on the trailer too, so it's not like, you know, the further I go, obviously the more the truck's gonna sink. So maybe airbags, or a stiffer spring, maybe a bigger spring. I don't know, what do you guys think? So let's get this over to John's so we can get home, hang out with the family. Well, she's pulling it. I don't think it's completely happy about it, but it's pulling it, so we're still retaining some of our towing capacity with this Gladiator on 40s. So we'll see how it does. We got a little bit of a trip, not much, but we'll take her slow and should make it there. Should be fun. He's got a pretty steep driveway, so let's see how this goes, boys and girls. Uh-oh. Oh shit.
Keep it cranked. The other way. Other way. Hold it. Try pull it forward.
We didn't fail. Oh, Gladiator did good. I knew once we got off of that driveway and got up onto the grass that we'd be fine. So, all right, let's get this Chief unloaded, and then she's gonna be spending some time in there. All right, guys, we finally got the Chief in John's garage. So let's go over just a little bit about, you know, kind of what we're doing, what he's going to be doing. Obviously, we know that that power plant is coming out. So if you know anybody that wants a 360 low mileage, that is going to be coming available. It is getting 40-inch tires. John is thinking that we should go with a Super Duty axle, 05, right? Yeah, 05, 35 spline axles. That should do, because we're not going to be nice, especially with 600 horsepower. Yeah, so we got a lot to do. There's going to be a lot of episodes coming up. Probably next time I come out, so I don't make this episode too horribly long, we're gonna kind of dive in, see where John gets to, ripping shit out. I do have to get the LS over here still. And then we'll figure out axles and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. There's going to be more episodes coming because there's a lot to go on here, and I couldn't be more excited. So you guys will see John on some wheeling videos. We just did one, but unfortunately my videographer did not turn the microphone on and about 4 minutes of footage. So I'm going to either have to solo go back out to finish that video, or we're just going to have to go back out and add to it. So, well, you guys have a good night. We'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.